Learning objectives. After completing this module, learners will be able to explain the function of computer, discuss the hardware and software configuration of computer, describe the MS Excel, explain the steps to draw a bar graph, explain the functions of computer-based mapping. What can a computer do? A computer is a powerful, fast and versatile electronic device which consists of various subsystems like memory, microprocessor, input system and output system to make it work together as an integrated system. It is used for data processing, mapping, analysis, and to perform simple arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Can also solve complex mathematical formulae and perform simple logical operations like distinguishing zero from non-zero and plus from minus. Thus, computer is a data processor that can perform substantial calculation without interference by human operator during the run. The following advantages of a computer make it distinct from the manual methods. It substantially increases the speed of computation and data processing. It can handle large volume of data, which is normally not possible manually. It allows copy, edit, save, and retrieve the data according to the user. It enables validation, checking, and correction of data easily. It has made data aggregation and analysis extremely simple. It allows easy changes in graph or map, heading, indexing, and other formats. Hardware configuration and software requirements. A computer consists of hardware and software. The hardware configuration includes storage, display, and input and output subsystems, while the software configuration includes the programs made up of electronic codes. Hardware. The hardware components of a computer include Central Processing Unit (CPU) and storage system. The Central Processing Unit (CPU) is the core of modern computers, which enables the execution of program instructions for processing data and controlling peripheral equipment. The operating system, data, and the application programs together occupy space in disk storage unit, which functions as working memory. The types of activity for which the computer is used determines the total storage capacity. Graphic display subsystem. A graphic display system or monitor serves as the user's prime visual communication medium in all computers. Input and output devices. Input devices. An input device is a hardware or peripheral device used to send data to a computer. An input device allows user to communicate and feed instructions and data to computers for processing, display, storage, and/or transmission. In computer user interfaces, a cursor is an indicator used to show the current position for user interaction on a computer monitor or other display device that will respond to input from a text input or pointing device. Output devices. An output device is any device used to send data from a computer to another device or user. Most computer data output that is meant for humans is in the form of audio or video. Thus, most output devices used by humans are in these categories. Examples include monitors, projectors, speakers, headphones, and printers. Computer software. Software is defined as a written program that is stored in memory for performing specific functions according to the user instructions. A data processing and mapping software requires the following modules: data entry and editing modules, coordinate transformation and manipulation modules, data display and output modules. The data entry and editing modules. These inbuilt modules in the data processing and mapping software that ease the data entry system interface, database creation, error removal, scale, and projection manipulations, their organization and maintenance of the data. Coordinate transformation and manipulation modules. These are used to create layers of spatial data, coordinate transformation, editing, and linking the spatial data sets with the related non-spatial attributes of data. Data display and output modules. Some of the common capabilities provided by this module software are zooming or windowing to display of selected areas and scale change operation, color assignment or change operation, three-dimensional and perspective display, selective display of various themes, polygon shading, line styling, and point marker display. Output device interface commands for interfacing with plotter devices or printers. Graphic User Interface (GUI) based menu organization for an easy interface. Computer software for your use. The procedure that is followed in data processing and the preparation of graphs and diagrams using MS Excel or spreadsheet program. The spreadsheet enables us to feed data, compute various statistics, and represent the raw data or computed statistics through graphical methods. MS Excel or spreadsheet. MS Excel is also called a spreadsheet program, and it is the most widely used software program available for data processing. A spreadsheet is a rectangular table or grid to store information located in workbooks or Excel files. It is a worksheet which consists of rows and columns. The rows and columns intersect to form a rectangular area called cell. A cell can contain a numerical value, a formula, or text. Data entry and storing procedures in Excel. The data entry and storing procedures are very simple in Excel. User can enter, copy, move data from one cell to another, save them, and also delete incorrect or unwanted data entry or a complete file if it is not required for further use. Data processing and computation. User can add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers using the keyboard signs of plus, minus, asterisk, and backslash, respectively. These signs are called operators, and they connect elements in a formula or expression. For example, if you want to solve the expression 15 plus 60 minus 18 minus 15, then you can easily work it out in steps below. Step 1. Click on any cell with the help of mouse. Step 2. Type equal to followed by the expression. Thus, the expression becomes equal to 15 plus 60 minus 18 minus 15. Step 3. Press Enter key and you will get the result in the same cell that you had chosen in step 1. Construction of graphs. The data representation in the graphical form promotes easy and meaningful comparisons between the phenomena represented by showing a simplified view of the characteristics depicted. In other words, graphs and diagrams makes us to decipher the contents of data easily, data types and some suitable graphical methods of their presentation. Time series data are represented through line graphs or bar graphs. Bar diagrams or histograms are used to depict shares or frequencies of various units. Compound bar diagrams and pie charts are used for representing shares of various units. Maps are used for location-wise representation of data. This helps in comprehending spatial patterns in the data. Steps to create a bar chart. To create a bar chart in Excel 2016, you will need to do the following steps. 1. Highlight the data that you would like to use for the bar chart. In this example, we have selected the range A1 is to C5. 2. Select the Insert tab in the toolbar at the top of the screen. Click on the Bar Chart button in the Charts group and then select a chart from the drop-down menu. In this example, we have selected the first bar chart called Clustered Bar in the 2D column section. 3. Now you will see the bar chart appear in your spreadsheet with horizontal bars to represent both the shelf life and restock time for each product. The shelf life in days is displayed as orange horizontal bars and the restock time in days is displayed as blue horizontal bars. 4. Finally, update the title for the bar chart. Computer-assisted mapping. The stored map may be processed by the computer through algebraic computations between recording and plotting. This opens many possibilities, such as bringing together data representing overlapping or abutting maps, or data from different types of maps. The computer-assisted mapping essentially requires the creation of a spatial database along with its integration with attribute or non-spatial data. Spatial data. It is the data or information that identifies the geographic location of features and boundaries on Earth, such as natural or constructed features, oceans, and more. Spatial data is usually stored as coordinates and topology, and as data that can be mapped. They are characterized by the points, lines, and polygons. The point data represent positional characteristics of some of the geographical features, such as schools, hospitals, wells, tube wells, towns and villages, etc. on the map. Non-spatial data. Data that relate to a specific, precisely defined location. The data are often statistical, but may be text, images, or multimedia. These are linked in the GIS to spatial data that define the location. Non-spatial data, also called attribute or characteristic data, is that information which is independent of all geometric considerations. For example, sources of geographical data. The geographical data are available in analog, map and aerial photographs or digital form, scanned images. Mapping software and their functions. The commercially available mapping software are ArcGIS, ArcView, GeoMedia, Gram, Idrisi, Geomatica. A mapping software provides functions for spatial and attribute data input through on-screen digitization of scanned maps, corrections of errors, transformation of scale and projection, data integration, map design, presentation and analysis. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. A computer is a powerful, fast and versatile electronic device which consists of various subsystems like memory, microprocessor, input system and output system to make it work together as an integrated system. A computer consists of hardware and software. The hardware configuration includes storage, display, and input and output subsystems, while the software configuration includes the programs made up of electronic codes. The Central Processing Unit (CPU) is the core of modern computers, which enables the execution of program instructions for processing data and controlling peripheral equipment. Software is defined as a written program that is stored in memory for performing specific functions according to the user instructions. MS Excel is also called a spreadsheet program, and it is the most widely used software program available for data processing. A spreadsheet is a rectangular table or grid to store information located in workbooks or Excel files. The data representation in graphical form promotes easy and meaningful comparisons between the phenomena represented by showing a simplified view of the characteristics depicted. In other words, graphs and diagrams make us to decipher the contents of data easily.